To live in the world without becoming aware of the meaning of the world is like wandering about in a great library without touching the books. Man's status in the natural world is determined, therefore, by the quality of his thinking. If the Infinite had not desired man to be wise, he would not have bestowed upon him the faculty of knowing. The true Mason is not creed-bound. He realizes with the divine illumination of his lodge that as Mason his religion must be universal. Christ, Buddha or Muhammad, the name means little, for he recognizes only the light and not the bearer. He worships at every shrine, bows before every altar, whether in temple, mosque or cathedral, realizing with his truer understanding the oneness of all spiritual truth. All true Masons know that they only are heathen who, having great ideals, do not live up to them. They know that all religions are but one story told in diverse ways for peoples whose ideals differ but whose great purpose is in harmony with Masonic ideals. North, east, south and west stretches the diversities of human thought, and while the ideals of man apparently differ, when all is said and the crystallization of form with its false concepts is swept away, one basic truth remains. All existing things are temple builders, laboring for a single end. No true Mason can be narrow, for his lodge is the divine expression of all broadness. There is no place for little minds in a great work. Experiences are the chemicals of life with which the philosopher experiments. We can only escape from the world by outgrowing the world. Death may take man out of the world, but only wisdom can take the world out of the man. As long as the human being is obsessed by worldliness, he will suffer from the karmic consequences of false allegiances. When, however, worldliness is transmuted into spiritual integrity, he is free, even though he still dwells physically among worldly things. They wander in the darkness seeking light, failing to realize that the light is in the heart of the darkness. It was apparent that materialism was in complete control of the economic structure, the final objective of which was for the individual to become part of a system providing an economic security at the expense of the human soul, mind, and body. A little philosophy inclineth man's mind to atheism, but depth in philosophy bringeth men's minds about to religion. And that was greater than the million, for the million secrets breed death, disaster, sorrow, selfishness, lust, and avarice, but the one secret confers light, life, and truth. The cries of the mysteries speak again, bidding all men welcome to the house of light. The great institution materiality has failed, the false civilization built by man has turned, and like the monster of Frankenstein, is destroying its creator. Religion wanders aimlessly in the maze of theological speculation. Science batters itself impotently against the barriers of the unknown. Only transcendental philosophy knows the path. Only the illumined reason can carry the understanding part of man upward to the light. Only philosophy can teach man to be born well, to live well, to die well, and in perfect measure be born again, into this band of the elect, those who have chosen the life of knowledge, of virtue, and of utility. The philosophers of the ages invite you. Wisdom fears no thing, but still bows humbly to its own source. With its deeper understanding, loves all things, for it has seen the beauty, the tenderness, and the sweetness which underlie life's mystery. Plato defined good as threefold in character: good in the soul, expressed through the virtues; good in the body, expressed through the symmetry and endurance of the parts; and good in the external world, expressed through social position and companionship. When the human race learns to read the language of symbolism, a great veil will fall from the eyes of men. They shall know truth, and more than that, they shall realize that from the beginning truth has been in the world unrecognized, save by a small but gradually increasing number appointed by the Lords of the Dawn as ministers to the needs of human creatures struggling to regain their consciousness of divinity. Esoterically, the hanged man is the human spirit which is suspended from heaven by a single thread. Wisdom, not death, is the reward for this voluntary sacrifice during which the human soul, suspended above the world of illusion and meditating upon its unreality, is rewarded by the achievement of self-realization. Fascinated by the glitter of gain, man gazes at the Medusa-like face of greed and stands petrified. Every soul is engaged in all great work, the labour of personal liberation from the state of ignorance. The world is a great prison, its bars are the unknown, and each is a prisoner until, at last, he earns the right to tear these bars from their mouldering sockets, and pass, illuminated and inspired into the darkness, which becomes lighted by that presence. When the mob governs, man is ruled by ignorance. When the church governs, he is ruled by superstition. And when the state governs, he is ruled by fear. Before man can live together in harmony and understanding, ignorance must be transmuted into wisdom, superstition into an illuminated faith, and fear into love. Man is given by nature a gift, and that gift is the privilege of labour. Through labour he learns all things. Ignorance fears all things, falling, terror-stricken before the passing wind. Superstition stands as the monument to ignorance, and before it kneel all who realise their own weakness and who see in all things the strength they do not possess.